What is going on, everybody? This is Rawstarr of the Burbank Misfits, and of course, I am joined always with my co-host, CW.
That's me.
And you're listening to the Misfit Effect. Everybody, welcome to season number 3, of this great, interesting, whatever we want to call it, podcast. And, we have a guest today that we had on our very first episode. She was also mentioned on our first episode of season 2 because we had to incorporate her in some type of way. So the person we had on was actually about to wrestle her, and we spoke about that for a second. And now we had to bring her back for season 3 because you can never get enough of this person. She is one of the.
You're bringing me back because you got the best ratings for me.
I lost my train of thought because he interrupted me, and I was on a roll.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
And
so sorry.
We figured that in order to start the season off right, we have to bring back her because she is such a wonderful, brilliant human being. One of my favorite people that I know in this entire industry, and she's done so much since the last time she's been on here. And I'm so proud of every time I see something pop up that she's doing because I know she's working so hard to do any and everything that she's doing. And it comes with great, happiness for her career to be blossoming as the way it is. So without further ado, let me make sure that I introduce you to Cali Caliente, formerly known as Cali Confidential.
Hello,
welcome.
Hello. Thank you for having me back.
I felt it was a necessity, Cali. I mean, like, what is a podcast without having at least a little bit of caliente?
Right. You need a little heat, a little fire, a little spice.
You got to. and the thing is, like, you were on our very first episode. We didn't have microphones yet. We were still working on just the tool, and like the audio was horrendous. But it was like a learning thing, and you're actually just training with Mr. CW here, and it was just
That's
like,
me.
well, I'm here, might as well. I was like, okay.
And that's how it started. Thank you.
And that's how it all began.
So yeah,
where it all started.
So we actually owe you a bit of that little gratitude, and I think I actually gave you a producer credit or something like that on that first episode. I think I did, because you started it off right, so I had to give you that a little bit of a credit for that. No, I gave you a writer's credit, but yeah. So
thank you.
No.
Yeah, I think that first podcast was a trending podcast for you guys because I was talking about my nipples. I think that's what it was.
I know. Last I looked, that first podcast is still within our first 3 top podcasts we have, and yeah. So I think it's number 3. So,
okay.
Yeah, so, and I always find it funny what is number 1, and it was the most random one we did, and it was an intervention. It's called the intervention effect, and basically it's just me talking to Chris about. I'm sorry, CW, talk about not smoking marijuana as much.
Oh yeah. I probably have started smoking marijuana even more since the quarantine. Actually, I've gotten more invested in marijuana since the quarantine as well.
I mean, at least you are in a state that it is legal, and you're not hurting anybody, and you're just chillaxing. I mean, it's a time. I actually posted yesterday on social media that I get it. I get it with everything that's going on in this world right now. I get it.
Yeah.
Everybody needs that,
I mean, it's the safest drug out there. It's better than alcohol or anything else. I will say that much. You're just going to be hungry and goofy, and you might burn some brain cells, but you'll be okay.
I mean, most people just get sleepy and they just, collapse. They just look at you weird.
I guess it makes you lazy, but you just got to learn what works for you, I guess.
No, I didn't mean lazy. I mean like just sleepy. Like you just,
groggy.
Groggy, yeah, that's like lazy. Like you want to do things, but you don't have the energy to.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, kind of.
So, Miss Cali.
Yeah.
What you been up to?
Because last time you came on here, you basically wasn't in the mainstream. You were still, just doing stuff here and there. You weren't doing boy girl.
I was a fetish model when I got into the industry, and I was only doing girl stuff. I am getting into doing anal and actually trying to start shopping for my anal debut, which I don't know how that's going to go because they're like trying to give me like basic paying rates for anal, and like that's cool, like I don't mind, but like my first anal production, like mainstream, I want it to be a debut, and it has to be special, and it has to be for the right price. So that's where I'm at with it now.
I mean, like, I feel that, like, I know there was a couple of names that I heard that I know you are interested in. I'm not going to say I'm right over audio unless you want them to be said. And I feel that both of those individuals,
I don't mind.
Because I know you were talking about either Steve Holmes or who was the other person? I forget the other person's name.
Marcus Dupree. Marcus Dupree.
Yeah, Marcus Dupree. So I'm like, both of those would be really good. Okay, yeah. So I know both of them would be really, really, good people to have on because I know both of them they take their craft seriously. And I know you worked with Steve before. I don't know you worked at Marcus Dupree yet or not.
No, I haven't worked with Marcus Dupree yet, but I did meet him at AVN's this past year or this year, and he seemed very adamant about working with me. So I'm sure he'd be more than happy to take my anal virginity on camera professionally. He actually was like trying to get me to like go with him to the car, and I was like, no. I was like, I'm not ready yet. So I've been practicing. I guess like preparing myself for him or Steve.
Okay. That could work. And like, I don't really know Dupree that well, but I do know his accolades, I'll say.
Mm-hmm.
So I know both of them would be perfect for, the introduction to, stuff going inside of Cali's booty. So.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Here's the thing. So I'm trying to, I want either like Vixen, Tushy, Vixen, Browsers, a major company to get behind it, but they don't really do debuts. And so I don't know if I'm going to have to just go ahead and do it myself and make it happen.
There are other agencies that do anal that you can use as your introduction to it, but
I have an agent already.
It might not be seen as the introduction. It might just seen as blah blah blah. Cali Caliente is getting anal, but it won't say like.
Well, see, that's the thing. That's what I'm saying. They're trying to just give me anal scenes to get the money. That's not what I want, because at the end of the day, I have to be comfortable. And if you're just sticking me with whoever and already told them that it can't be like super huge either. But my thing is like, I like being in control of my situation. And if you're not going to give me the amount of money that I'm asking for, and you're not going to let me work with the talent that I want to work for and actually like do a debut, not just like, oh, Cali does anal. Like, no, like I already did that. Like I have the right to that. I own the right to Cali did her first anal scene. So that's not I want it to be like a big deal. And if it's not going to be a big deal to them, for the companies that want to book me for that and make it like a real debut, then I will do my own debut. I will hire a director. I know people. I'll get that shit done myself. And then I'll own all the rights to it. Yeah, so it's like, if they want to play that game with me, then that's cool, but they're going to be the ones missing out, not me.
I mean, you're right. I mean, like this, like for the month of August. So in the month of August, she was like the Fresh Faces and AVNs, but she's been around for a little while, and like I'm glad she's getting that notoriety, and like she's getting seen now, and many people enjoy seeing anal, and it will be perfect for you to get something really big, because you have a very nice figure and everything, and people love you in general. So like, especially if people seeing your fetish stuff before, they have an idea of what goes, like, everything. So of what your bumhole actually looks like. So yeah.
It has to be special. It can't just be like.
I was trying to think of a word. I was trying to think of a word there, and it didn't come.
My anus.
There you go. Anal cavity. I can't say.
Yeah, I've been working on stretching it out.
She wants TP for her bumhole, Chris. CW.
Huh?
I said she wants TP for her bumhole.
I mean, so I did my anal thing with Rico Strong, and that was hot. That was fire. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. Like, I've done anal stuff already, but I don't want to just get booked for anal. Like, no, that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to just be like, oh, we'll just book you for anal. It's $1,500. She'll take the money. No, I won't, because $1,500 in residuals is nothing.
Mm-hmm. I see what you mean.
Like, I could do a real anal production scene of me just really, like, picking a talent that I'm comfortable with, going in and having, like, a DVD, and then selling the DVD for $100 with extras, like a hoodie and, like, a hat, or, like, a signed autograph, or, like, you know what I mean? Like, just capitalizing and expanding my fan base. So, like I said, if they're not going to give me a fucking debut, I'll do it myself. Okay. I'll be nice now. Sorry.
She got a little mad there, didn't she? like, I want a dang debut. If you're not gonna give it to me, I'm gonna do it myself. If all y'all, you realize who I is?
I don't even mean it like that. I'm just saying, like, come on now. I know. Like, it's a big deal. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, don't shortchange.
Yeah, like, don't try and be like, oh, we'll just start booking you for anal. We see you're doing anal now. No, I'm doing anal for my own shit. That was because I wanted to experiment. I'm trying to really do it, like, and I want to be a doll when I do it.
Mm-hmm.
All dolled up and, like, have a scene, like, like a real scene. And I can do it. That's the thing. The thing is, like, I'm not desperate. It's just going to take a little bit more time. That's not a problem. I have time. We're in a pandemic.
Yeah.
Oh wow, yeah. There is that going on. This 2020 to 2020 is a crazy
shit of a year.
I don't even know how to describe this year. Like
crazy. I don't know, but I know I'm gonna eat sushi for lunch.
I mean, I haven't had sushi in a long time, so anyway. So, compared to, I think you were on in 2018 when we did our first one. So, compared to then and now, how has your views changed on, your longevity and everything?
I think that I've done a great job at extending my career in the porn industry by not jumping headfirst into doing boy-girl. Because I started out doing girl and kind of worked my way in. I was able to learn more about the business side of it and create my own avenue. And so, like, with the Fresh Face interview, they were kind of like pushing, like, oh, you used to be a content creator. What was that like? So they're like pushing the story of, like, for me being like going from like content creator to porn star, basically. So it's like making it seem as though, like, well, I mean, it's not making it seem, that is kind of like what happened. Like, I started out as a content creator, and like now, because of my debut for Dog Fart, you know, my boy girl debut for Dog Fart, that started trending. And then like, well, pretty much all of my stuff started trending. Then I started doing my own content, and, you know, that started trending. And so like now I think I have over 700,000 views on Pornhub.
Oh, wow. Cool.
Yeah, so I mean, some people may say that I prolonged my career, but I wanted to make sure that I was comfortable, and I secretly love anal. So now that I'm comfortable with it, like, and I'm practicing and doing it on my own time and kind of like enjoying it on my own time. Now that I know that what my limitations are, I can, you know, explore that on film, because I just never wanted to be that girl that's like, yeah, I do anal, and then come on set and like fucking popping Tylenol and like, you know, like shitting on people and like, oof. I don't know. I don't know, like, caring, because I don't know what I'm doing. You know what I mean? But like now I know what I'm doing. I literally started working with someone who trains asses, and he taught me pretty much what I needed to know and helped stretch and helped me get more into anal. And so, you know, that definitely helped me out a lot. When it comes to that, I just never want to jump into something. I'm very logical. I'm a Libra. I'm very logical. So when I decide that I want to do something, I usually take all the precautions and learn all the necessary steps that I need to know before I jump headfirst into something. And I will say that before I got into the porn industry, I was offered up contracts. I was offered up the places and agencies and stuff. And I was really scared that I would get into the porn life and like start using drugs and become an alcoholic and all this other stuff. And I did run into some situations where I dealt with some bad people that are in the industry, but not everybody is like that in the industry. Most porn stars are very loving, loving individuals, and they are just fun, down to earth people. And fortunately for me, I've been able to work with the higher stature and higher tier of performers, and have better experiences than some other girls may let on to, you know, make it seem like, oh, porn didn't do anything for me, this and that. But it's like, you don't bite the hand that feeds you. You know what I mean? Like, it's all one big community. Everybody talks. Everybody knows everybody. So it's like, you know, it's just always, it boils down to just your character. And I think that my character, it just opens up a different realm for me, and people just fuck with me on a different level. So I'll be able to do porn as long as I want, but I'll also have backup plans to do other stuff as well. And a support system from people who, you know, genuinely believe in me and my brand and what I have going on for myself. So it's a benefit for me.
I feel a lot of people do have that for you, because you don't go, you're not as intense as some of these people are, I want to say.
Yeah.
And because of that, like, you have that, you know, welcoming personality, and you're you know, you're about your business. And a lot of some performers aren't about their business. So sorry, that was randomly from my phone. Anyway,
what?
You got a party going on? I wasn't invited.
you know, Cal. If I ever have a party, you are one of the first 10 people that I will invite.
Oh, thank you.
No, because like if people don't know you, like if you look on the AVN site and you look at her red carpets, I was fortunate enough to be the one that just happens to be standing with her in some of these pictures, you know. So I'm just off to the side, but I'm in some of the pictures. So I'm randomly on them, like, here I am, hi.
You definitely was like my designated date to a couple of events for sure. So I definitely appreciate you. We're not going to talk about that one time.
We're going to keep that one, you know.
Oh.
That's
under wraps.
That's T14 classified.
Oh God.
You know, we can't talk about that. T14 classified.
We're not even gonna go there. Anywho.
See, Dougie's over like, what in the heck are we talking about? No, but no, like I just know during all that time, everybody started meeting you and knowing who you are and what you stood for and everything. And then many people met you at the bowling and in other events. So like, you're a commodity now. So
I mean, I wouldn't say that, but I mean, yeah, I guess.
You are, because think about it. Think about 2020 as a whole, from people who didn't know who you were, and now people really want to shoot with you. And that's why I said before we started, I said the Cali Caliente. And when you started, you were just Miss Cali Confidential. Everything was kept under wraps. And now,
I was very shy.
Yeah, so
you're
not under wraps anymore.
No, I'm busting out this bitch like, man, what's happening?
Yeah, see?
Where's the tequila?
You're not confidential anymore. Everybody wants that Caliente because they
want that heat.
They want the heat.
But we can still keep it confidential, though. That's the thing. I'll give you the heat, but we got to keep it confidential. No, I don't really look at it that way. Honestly, I just feel like I'm putting in the fruit. I'm working. I'm putting in that work, and I moved to LA 2 years ago, almost 3 years ago now, maybe 3 years ago, and so I had every intention of becoming a porn star and living out my dream, and like now I'm getting closer to it, but I'm not there yet. Like I've scraped the surface, you know what I mean? But like now I'm like ready to go like full fledged, so that way I can retire within the next couple of years and just be running my own businesses and stuff like that, and not really having to. I want to travel. I really want to travel. I want to have kids. Well, I have a son. His name's Kamiko. I have a dog. Where'd he go? Oh, he's hiding from me. I have a dog. And I'm going to travel the world, and then after that I plan on having kids. So probably like in like the next, maybe like, I don't know. I want to say I would retire, but I doubt it. I think as long as the people want me, I'm going to keep giving them the people what they want.
As long as they keep giving them heat.
Yeah, they deserve it.
Well, it sounds like you did all your due diligence before you started really jumping into it. So a lot of people are like, we've had other guests, they're like, yeah, so I emailed them, and then I came out the next week, and then that was the beginning. And, well, I don't know. Some of our guests are no longer in the industry. So I guess it sounds like you made the smart move by researching first and figuring out exactly how you wanted to approach things.
Yeah, because I know when we first started, many of our guests were brand new to the industry.
Yeah.
I mean, like they probably had like 5 months under their belt or within their first year. And we see the difference between like who actually had to drive and who actually was just in it, for a quick little buck.
Yeah, of course.
And like,
they don't really have any direction. They don't really know what they're talking about. They're kind of just airy, like light, not there, like, But I mean, I don't know. I move with a purpose, and I know there's a lot of racism in the industry, and I just want to change that from the inside out. And I know the only way to do that is to start my own companies, and so that's the plan. Because, I shouldn't have to pull teeth for a debut. You know what I mean? Like, there should be companies that are willing to at least give me $5,000 minimum. Like, that's nothing for something that they're going to make thousands and thousands and billions of dollars from forever. Like, come on now, seriously.
I agree. And I mean, like when it comes to the whole racism thing, we've spoken about it a few times on here. I believe a lot of the stuff is very ridiculous. And there's some terms that I've said that I'm okay with in some form or fashion, but I feel that they use it as a crutch to get away with some things.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I'm not gonna like say anything bad towards anybody.
Don't say it, but
yeah, I mean, of course, Of course, that's what they do. And I mean, but if it's gonna benefit me and put me on a pedestal to be able to help women who want to come into the industry, who are like me, who are women of ethnic background, women of color, if it means that they're gonna use me as the face, okay, cool. But I'm always gonna stand up for what I believe in. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, I don't have to be rah 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 or like full-fledged, like, oh my God, I don't fuck with racists, da-da-da. Like, no, like, not everybody's racist. And sometimes you have to use your intelligence and your elegance to turn over the rock. Like, that's just, you can't be anger with anger. You have to be anger with love, with compassion. You know what I mean? So that's my route. I just don't want to fight. I'm like, you know, let me provide an avenue for my people, like Harriet did for her people. You know, that's my way of like being Harriet Tubman in the industry. I know it's kind of weird, but yeah.
Oh, that sounds good. That sounds good.
Let me guide you to the light.
I don't know why I just envision Cali, you know, just just guiding everybody through the underground porn road.
Because honestly, like, well, the reason why I say that, and it all kind of makes sense, like it's kind of profiting right now, is that I was one of the girls who started the content creating wave. It was like, okay, I'm not a porn star, but I do videos. I do sexy videos at home. Like, you know what I mean? Like that online girlfriend interaction thing. Like, I was on that wave before it was a wave, and now everybody's on it. So I kind of like paved the way for some people who, even those people now will like look at me and be like, oh, I can't work with her because she only has 10,000 followers. She only has 15,000 followers. But it's like, you don't even know who I am. You haven't even been in a room with me. You have, like, there's big people, big names, like people who are real legends who fuck with me. So, okay, yeah, this young person, this young porn star who only been in the game for a year or two, he's 24 years old, and he has over 100,000 followers. Don't want to work with me. Am my feelings supposed to be hurt? No. Because at the end of the day, when they figure out who I am, then they're going to be begging to work with me. So it's like, I guess in that sense, like, I'm not humble anymore, because I feel like I went from being a person who needed to make content, needed another performer, needed, when now I can actually help other people who want to get into the business or want to be in the industry or who want to become a porn star. And not only that, have the knowledge to be able to charge for it. It's a consultant fee. Okay, I can teach you how to do all that shit, but you're going to pay me. You know what I mean? So there's different levels to being in the industry, and if you don't have a business mindset, then you will trickle away very quickly. Because, okay, so you don't know that the minute you do anal, your whole career is like, you've already fast-forwarded your career by another 2 years, because now all they're going to do is book you for anal. You know what I mean? Like, shit like that. Like, you wouldn't know that. You wouldn't know, like, oh, yeah, I do anal. You do that one anal scene. Next thing you know, all you're getting is booked for anal. And you're not even into anal like that. But now you can't get booked for anything else, and you got to eat. What are you going to do? You better start stretching that asshole out.
Fuck. You're not even really about that life right then. Oh.
Yeah, it is really.
You know what
like,
I mean?
When, if it's...
Yeah, I remember back in the, like, you know, I felt like when we were younger, you see porn, and you see people like, oh, they're, you'd be like, oh, I've never seen them ever do anal, and then, like, maybe they've been in the industry, like, 6 years, and then you'd be like, oh, an anal scene. Like, or it'd be, like, a big thing. But now, like, it seems like sometimes girls that come in the industry, and they're like, hey, you want this, you know, DP or this airtight? And they're like, yeah, okay, I'll do it. Yeah. And then it's like,
I said it on when we had T-Real on, that
now you can't go backwards.
It used to be a commodity to see someone do, like, it was like a rare thing. You saw it, it was just like, okay, blah blah, just doing this, and now it's like, and then
now it's only a commodity if a top girl is doing it. If a top girl is doing it, it's a commodity.
The performers themselves, like back then, like back when I first was meeting people, whatever, it was like a niche. It was like, okay, you gotta pay, you gotta pay me more to do anal.
You gotta pay extra, yeah.
And now it's like, okay, you're probably getting the basic rate, the same thing if we're gonna generate, go inside your vagina, and it's like, it shouldn't be like that because, you know, you have people who have like, you know, that's a fetish, whatever. And so people enjoy that. That's by definition should be, should, you know,
be more.
Be more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, of course.
But if you got like 100 girls that are like, I'll do it for the same rate as any other thing, then then I guess you're gonna go with that.
That's where you have to differentiate yourself from other girls because, like, for me, like, it's not just about, I'm doing anal. Like, you know what I mean? It's more so about, I'm about to give you the nastiest, dirtiest fucking anal scene that you've seen in a long time, and it's coming from a woman of ethnic background. When's the last time you guys really seen, like, a black woman, like, really go ham for, like, anal? Like, there's girls out there who do, but there's not a lot. You know what I mean? So that's like a standout thing for me. Not because I want to stand out, but actually because I enjoy it and I'm ready to explore that and share that. You know what I mean? I've done it so many times to where now I feel comfortable doing it on camera at a professional shoot.
Okay.
So,
I mean, at least
be quiet. So.
At least you know how to do it, right? Because I'm not gonna say no names, but I've said before on here that, you know, since I only do watch Girl, like one of the things I have seen is someone in prep right.
Mhm.
And,
yeah,
you know,
and see, that can get real ugly real fast.
Yeah. So
wait, what do you mean? Explain.
Prep right.
What do you mean?
So basically, I was watching like the scene, whatever, and it was a scene where they were doing DP. It was a girl doing getting DP from two different girls with dildos. So like they were going in, and then when the butt came out, you just seen like this brown ooze.
Oh,
it's called truffle butter, and some people like that.
Yeah, some people do. Truffle butter.
I know. I just got a bad taste in my mouth.
Your face right now.
It's no, because the last thing I want to think about, you know, when if I'm like having a fantasy in my mind about somebody, you know, like, you know, sex in general, it's just imagine, you know, getting like a whole bunch of boo boo slapped on me.
I mean,
that's not like
I
a
know
whole bunch
that,
of boo boo.
but okay, so here's the thing. So I have fans from my fetish porn days that love that. They would fucking lose their shit. You know what I mean? So nothing is taboo. And I know it's not for everybody, and I know that it's not necessarily for me. I enjoy doing it from a distance. I enjoy doing it over the phone. Like, I can do certain things, but it is illegal. It is very frowned upon. Anything that has to do with poop or blood is not allowed to be recorded. Usually on any of the sites that we use, we can't even upload that type of stuff. So that's where I kind of like draw the line. But other than that,
this was in a movie. This was in a release movie.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, I'll tell you the name after the podcast, but yeah, it was in a featured movie, and like all the girls were at a time well known.
Mhm.
And like, yeah, but I saw it, I was like, ugh. Like you,
but it's for somebody. Somebody's like, this shit is fucking hot as.
And I mean, I don't understand. Everybody has their own fetish and what they're into, but that's just one of the things that.
I'm excited. I'm sorry, I just got great news.
Okay. So you heard it here first. You got some great news, y'all.
Great news.
So guys. I'm confirming a booking this weekend, but it's with one of my favorite male performers, Scotty P.
Hey, Scotty P.
Yeah, so I'm excited because this should be fucking easy.
Yeah, Scotty.
Yeah, we're gonna kill that shit.
Scotty P is excellent. That's my homie.
Yeah. Me and Scotty
Excellent bowler, also.
Oh, yeah. Great bowler.
But yeah.
I know I miss going to bowling and karaoke, and I just miss it so much.
Yeah, I was. So I'm moving right now. So like, the place I actually looked at yesterday was right next to where we bowl at, and I was like, if I did move here, this would have been a perfect spot, to be within like 4 minutes of the bowling alley.
Oh.
It's even.
Oh yeah, I'm literally down the street too, from the bowling alley. Literally, like it's crazy. I was like, damn, everything is like hella close now that I live in the valley because I moved to the valley.
Yeah.
And I was like living downtown, so like now I'm in the outskirts and everything's super close and like yeah.
So that means yesterday when I was speaking to you yesterday, and I said I just saw a house, I was probably right next door to you then. Just sitting there in my car, waiting to see my next place. That's crazy. Yeah, but I miss bowling so much because it was one main way I can exercise, and two a good little social thing, and that's one thing I really really miss. Hey, don't get me. Don't get her wrong.
I went that one time. I had that really some good drink that had sherbet in it. It was so good.
You remember the drinks?
Oh yeah, I mean you haven't been to the porn night. You just went to the bowling alley itself, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, like don't doubt Cali. Cali was dropping strikes.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of athletic apparently.
I was like, check Cali out. I was thinking, okay, like because there's always like either 4 lanes or 2 lanes, and then you have the people who aren't gambling and people who are gambling. And my little happy little self sit on the ungambling lanes where we don't bowl over 120. We just sit. We know our place. Callie's up here. I don't think she was gambling, but she was up there competing though.
I was just having fun.
So, but yeah, that's one thing I do miss. Like, because I think the last time they did that was in March, and we're in August. We're in August right now, and it's like, oh my God, it's only been 5 months, but it doesn't feel like it's only been 5 months.
I know, but we're in the 4th quarter, guys. My birthday is around the corner. October is about to be November. That means Thanksgiving and Christmas and New Year's. And this pandemic, baby, what's wrong? This pandemic is still going on, and I'm just like, what the actual fucktard?
I mean, well, considering I would only celebrate one of the things you said. I'll celebrate a Cali Caliente birthday. So, but I get it because I know my birthday is right after New Year's, and so I'm just hoping that a lot of stuff eases down and they find a way to allow us back into society. So I know CW's birthday is right before Christmas also. So yeah, it's just like it's a crazy time. And
yeah, it is. I'm probably gonna go to I don't know, Barbados or Mexico or some shit for my birthday because fuck this shit.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't know how restricted they are down there either. I mean, I know they're actually
only ones that's Americans.
I mean, we just don't care. Like we live in a society of people who don't care about other people.
Yeah, I mean, or they don't care about other people unless it's something they can do for them. That's the only time they care.
Yeah.
And I just that whole ordeal of having to cut somebody off because they were trying to use me and use this shield of trying to pretend to be something they're not to get what they wanted from me. You know what I mean? And then when the truth came out, it was just nah, B. No. Nobody's genuine anymore.
That's true.
Well, most people aren't genuine. That's why I appreciate the friendships that I do have because I know that they're genuine. Like Rawstarr, like I could not talk to Rawstarr for a month and see him and talk to him, and it'll be like no time has passed because that's really my friend.
Yeah, it's out here. It seems like sometimes you have to. What people want you to do to maintain a friendship is like constantly reinforce and like. And well, I mean, you should have intentionality in a friendship, but like they want you to kind of reinforce and like inflate their ego. And if you, got your own thing going on, they're like, well, like it's like,
what about me?
You got your own life too.
Yeah.
Like we're living our life, but I am wrong.
See, but some people are lost and they don't know what they're living for, and that's the problem. And that's where the problem comes in because a lot of people are driven off ego and worldly things, and they don't really know what their purpose is. So they're doing anything and everything to obtain materialistic things or recognition or recognition or validation from the world. When self-validation and self-love should always come from within because that's where it matters the most. And so when you are constantly reflecting your ego, you know what I mean, and wearing a mask and perceiving yourself to be a certain way, then you kind of end up by yourself because nobody wants to fuck with you. You know what I mean? Like every surface.
I agree.
And so that's the problem.
I agree, and that's in many aspects of people in general, because like out here it's like a lot of people are that give me, like what can you give me in order to put me here so I can go ahead and continue on and leave you in the background.
What's the quid pro quo on our friendship? Like who's gonna what are we getting? Like instead of just being like, can't we just enjoy each other's company?
Yeah, exactly. And see, that's the thing. Like that's a heavy energy of like trying to control everything or trying to manipulate a situation instead of just living in the moment. You know what I mean? Being happy in that moment with the people that are with you in that moment. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Baby, what's wrong? Why are you whining?
Her puppy coming in for a special appearance.
Yeah, Kamiko. He's spoiled. He likes attention like me.
Yes, I've seen, like, if you've never seen her puppy, she always has her puppy on her Instagram. So if you go by there, like you'll see her little puppy just like either at the beach when she's at the beach or trying to get her attention. So it's a cute little doggy.
Yeah, my baby Kamiko Cash. She's a Yorkie Terrier, and I don't know. He's just so cute, so sweet. He's my emotional support dog. I can take him everywhere with me.
I mean, you people need that, especially during these times about what's going on in the world. It's just like, oh my God.
I got him right before the pandemic happened.
Oh yeah, that's good. It's shit for a lot of people. This is a lonely road.
Yeah, I always say, if you want love and loyalty, get a dog.
See, I always say like the difference between with me is just like I don't know if I could really have a puppy. Like I love being around them, and if I have someone with me, I can do it easily. But I don't know if I could just be the only one in a puppy.
You could have a dog that's bigger already, that's kind of like trained, and you don't have to watch it already and like all that. I got a puppy, and he is a little ball of energy for me. Sometimes I don't get sleep because he likes to play all the time, and he's a night owl, so he'll be up all night and then like sleep during the day. It's crazy.
Because I know one of the people who I used to deal with in my life, like she has a little dog, whatever, and the dog used to just run and sit on me the entire time I was there, and it was just like, I love this. Like I don't miss her, but I miss the dog.
That happens.
So
I can see that.
Like I refer to her as I call her the planet, but I refer to her dog as a dog's name. So it's just like Yeah. CW knows what I'm talking about, so yeah, that was a fun time. Anyway, but yes, that's one thing that I know about me with animals. So, but I do want to, get some fish though. So that's one thing that I know that I can micromanage. Cause I've wanted fish since my 215 days, and
oh, they would have died.
Oh yeah, they definitely would have died, but I wanted them since then. 215 is the apartment me and him used to live in, and we put it together in a book. It would be a crazy
Oh, it's crazy.
Book. So Cali, what in the next let's say 2 months, what can people expect from you? Like what should our listeners look for right now in order to understand the full aspects, everything that we want from you? Like what things should we look at right now for Cali? Like what's your favorite one right now, or your favorite one that you you want to like? What's going on?
Well, I'm going to go ahead and say the Freak Mob scene that I did in Las Vegas recently is so fire. You guys should check that out. And then you should definitely go follow me on onlyfans.com/CaliConnect_ because that's where all my uncensored content is that you're not going to find anywhere else. I own all the rights to all my stuff, so you have to subscribe or go to my Pornhub. And to be honest, most of my stuff is more so on my OnlyFans than my Pornhub. So, also you can go to my minivids. It's minivids.com/Cali Confidential.
Yeah, and everybody, here's another thing for you. It's the money sign, CALI Confidential. If you want to send her a tip, that's what it is.
Oh yay! I love tips. Yes, cash at me. I mean, if you want like some videos and stuff like that, I'll send them directly to you. I do customs all day. If you guys book them for me, I will do them.
I was trying to think of what I said on your when I was on your Instagram live, and I said go ahead and tip her.
Send it in.
I forget what I said, but it was perfect. So
it worked.
So, but we haven't reached the end of our we reached the end of our first episode of our season 3, and we are so grateful that Cali was able to join us. She's such a wonderful, beautiful human being, inside and out. And I'm thankful that I had the opportunity to randomly run into her when she was auditioning to be a runway one of the
model for
girls,
the
lingerie show at the Urban X Awards. I just happened to walk back there, and she confused me for somebody else. And then we sparked up a conversation, and ever since then, it was just greatness. And I was like, "Where the heck does Ring come from?" Anyway, yeah, I just happened to had a chance to meet her. Then she confused for somebody else, and she just happened to just be a perfect ray of sunshine that day. So I'm glad I had the opportunity to meet her, and I've been opportunity to see her blossom into the wonderful, beautiful human being she is in this industry, and she's doing so much. And I'm so proud that she's doing so much, and I'm so eager to see her excel in so many more ways. So if you have not had the opportunity, the pleasure, the luxury of seeing what she can offer, go to what I'm about to ask her for and just check her out. You'll enjoy every aspect of what she's doing for you and what she's trying to do for all of her fans. So, Cali, tell everybody where they can find you, locate you, and get, information.
You can find me at onlyfans.com/CaliConnect_. You can also find me on Pornhub at pornhub.com/Cali Confidential. And then on minivids as minivids.com/Cali Confidential as well. As far as social media, if you want to follow me on Instagram, it's going to be Cali_Confidential_, and it's just like it sounds, all C's. And then on Twitter, it's Confidential KK. So follow me, hit me up. Let me know if you guys want customs, send me tips, subscribe, all that fun stuff for daily interactions and uncensored content from me, your favorite.
Okay, and CW, where can I find you? Who are you?
Find me in the club. Now, you can find me on Instagram at Christopher_Willie with an IE _J. You can find everything about the gym, which is me too. CC Fitness LA on Instagram. Same thing on Twitter, ccfitnessla.com, and CC Fitness on Facebook.
Okay, you can find us really quick at the Burbank Misfits on Instagram, Burbank Misfits on Facebook, and on Twitter, BurbankMisfits.com, which says everything that CW does as far as, exercise, photography, and all that other fun jazz. What I do as far as website design and graphics and, all that little nerd stuff. Also, you can find me directly at Rawstarr, RAWSTARR, and on Twitter and on Instagram. Again, thanks so much, Cali. It's been a pleasure, and we definitely have to have you back sometime in season 4, because, you are growing so much, and we are always, applauding your growth as a human and everything you do in this industry. And we can't wait to see your greatness rise.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
Appreciate you also.
Appreciate you too.
And we
always a pleasure.
Always a pleasure.
We will see you all next week. I have no idea who our guest is because we were so focused on making sure that Cali was our first for season 3. So we'll see who's on next. But talk to y'all next week.